I thought I had a good idea of what van life was all about. Endless road trips, beautiful Instagram pictures, but I had to find out for myself. Here are 7 things that totally surprised me about van camping. Number 1, you don't have to camp in established paid campgrounds. I kind of expected to be camping at paid campgrounds the entire time. But when I tried van life, I spent 21 days straight in a camper van, and only 2 of those days ended up being at paid spots. The rest was completely free camping at either Crownland or free camp spots that you could easily find online. My van was self-contained, it had a toilet inside, so I could easily just pull off at Crownland spots and camp for free. There's also these cool apps and websites online which I didn't know people could rent out little pieces of their land, which is often set up for camping, so you could drive onto a piece of private acreage, often on a lake or a pond. It's really cool. Now, all this is not saying campgrounds are bad, they're actually really cool. It's just there's more ways of doing this than I was aware of before I tried van life. Number 2, the savings when you start a trip. I'm talking cost savings, but also time savings, which really surprised me. Just getting out of the city or starting your trip was way easier than normal. I didn't have to pack a food barrel or ration foods into a small package to fit in my bag. I literally just took what was in my kitchen at home and brought it into the van. Cold stuff in the fridge, frozen meats in the freezer. Grocery trips were easier because I didn't have to plan what would fit. The van had tons more storage than I thought. The same went for all my camping gear. I just threw it in the storage and hit the road. Normally, I'd be weighing choices on gear, clothing, seeing how much things weigh, what I could actually fit. But for this, I just threw it all in and figured I'd rather sort it out in nature than in my driveway. This alone was a huge time saver, especially if you don't have that much vacation time and want to get going quickly. And honestly, a huge cost saver because I ended up just using a lot of the groceries that I had at home. On the way, I didn't have to stop and spend money on fast food or buy coffees. I just went to the fridge in the back, whipped something up real quick, and made myself a nice coffee. Number 3, it allows you to go further. In a way, I thought van life might actually limit me, but surprisingly, this was the exact opposite. The big difference for me was there wasn't any rushing. I didn't have to rush to try to get to a site before dark to scout it out or set up a tent. You could show up at a Crownland spot or a campsite after dark, you just put it in park and everything's already set up. Why is this amazing? Because it lets you travel all day, making cool pit stops or stopping for hikes or sightseeing without needing to rush against sunset. If you want to avoid traffic, it allows you to leave later or after work when the traffic dies down. It's no real worries. And because the batteries charge while you drive, plus the solar panels, for me, I could push deeper down logging roads and into the backcountry. I fished rivers that were just lines on maps and explored areas I'd never be able to get to because I could now stay off grid with food and no full camp setup each time. A camper van literally just augments all your adventures. Number 4, it's a complete game changer for bad weather and bug season. I totally underestimated how nice this actually was. I generally plan trips in advance, so if it's raining when the time comes, you're pretty much committed to setting up a tent in the rain, trying to get a tarp going, a dry area, trying to cook on a fire. It's part of the camping experience, but let me just tell you that having a van really opened my eyes. With the van, everything stays dry. Open the awning, set up a dry area to just chill and listen to the rain rather than being in it. You could still set up tarps or tents or a campfire and do all the same things you would normally camping, but now you also have the advantage of a big dry spot with heating, a hot shower, and a cozy bed to go back to. And of course, cooking inside with a full kitchen. I should add that it thrives in bug season. The van had these magnetic closures for mosquito nets, so you could just slip inside and it closes right after you and bugs don't get in. When mosquito season is thick, sometimes all you want is just a few minutes escape from them. I cannot tell you how much I valued this. Number 5, it is the ultimate base camp. During my 3 weeks with the van, I met up with a few friends for a backcountry portaging trip. Instead of driving up from the city the morning of like I normally would, I arrived the night before, slept in a comfy bed, and woke up right near the trailhead, all rested and ready for the trip. On the way out, after paddling all day and my body's all sore, I had a cold drink waiting for me in the fridge, could cook a hot meal or coffee right there, and the best part about it, had a hot shower and nice bed. It is the ultimate base camp to launch adventures from. Number 6, there is no official way to van camp. Before I tried it, I had this idea that van camping was just for young, nomadic people taking scenic Instagram photos and going wherever the wind takes them. And you can definitely do that, but there's so much more to it. You could be a complete newbie to camping, never spent a night in a tent in your life, but you want to try it and just dip your toes into it comfortably without a massive learning curve. Go at your own pace, try setting up a tent or a campfire, and still enjoy all the comforts of the camper van. You could introduce kids easily or bring a significant other who's totally new to camping. You could be an experienced backcountry camper like me and use it as a base camp to get deeper into unexplored spots. Take one on a trip to another country or province and travel in that instead of renting a car, booking hotels, and eating out. You could take one to a music festival or be semi-nomadic or have a working vacation. If you work online, you could put a Starlink up like I did, and it's amazing. You could work right out in nature in the middle of an amazing adventure. The beauty is it adapts to whatever skill level or preferences you have and adds to your experience. And number 7, it plain and simply gives you more time to be in nature and explore the outdoors. I thought maybe van camping would actually take away from the nature experience a little bit, but it did the exact opposite. It made me want to get out more, and it made it easier to get out more. Even financially, think about traveling and having to rent a car, get a hotel, and eat out all the time. You don't just save money, but also time in the admin tasks to book all those things. Because the camper van, it's all 3 in 1. It's easy to drive, it's just a big van, you don't have to worry about backing up a trailer or having a tow vehicle. It's narrow enough to get into any parking spot. The one I had was an off-road model, so I could pretty much take it anywhere. Overall, my take on van life is it adds to the outdoor experience. It surprised me in the best of ways, and it gets you to do more of it. If you've thought about van camping or have any advice for everyone else, drop them in the comments below for the community. The van I took out was from an awesome company called Vanlife Campers, and it was their off-road Apex model. I'll link it in the comments and description below so you can check out the exact van I was using. I cannot recommend van life enough. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. I'm your friend DJ with the Bare Essentials, and thanks for stopping by.